Yo, what is up, guys? It's Cohen back here again today with another video. Today's video, we're going to do something very, very different. I know I say that sometimes that we are doing something different, but when I say it this time, I really mean it. This time, we're going to kind of look at football. Now, I've never looked at football at all on this channel, and the reason is because I wouldn't say I'm a casual, but I'm definitely nowhere near as knowledgeable about football, the players, the teams, as I am about the NBA, where I watch so many games that I know pretty much everything there is to know about it. So I kind of wanted to combine those two because I do like football. Warning, I am a Cowboys fan. I apologize greatly. The NFL draft is tonight, so I decided to kind of make like a hybrid type of video. I hope the Cowboys end up getting Patrick Surtain. That's kind of who I'm looking for. We need defensive help. And while thinking about that, while thinking about the NFL, I thought it would be a cool video if I made an NFL roster using this outline here with NBA players, combining the two things that I do on this channel, which is doing the NBA with, you know, looking a little bit of football. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to build my roster. I've got it kind of laid out over here on my phone, and I'm going to fill out this roster. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I'm not looking at different defenses. I'm not going to fill out the full like 53-man roster. This is just starters at each position, quarterback, running back, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, 5 offensive linemen, 2 cornerbacks, 2 safeties, 3 linebackers, 4 people on the defensive line, a kicker, a punter, a kick returner, and finally a head coach, an offensive coordinator, and a defensive coordinator. So that is my lineup for today's video. I'm going to go ahead and fill it out in the comment section below right now. Let me know what your team would look like and compare it to how my team ends up. Go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you like this type of content. NBA content pretty much every single day, sometimes twice a day. We'll see. So, gonna go ahead and get into it, starting with the most important position on the football field, and that is your quarterback. I think there's only one option here personally after looking through all these different players, and for me, that is Nikola Jokic. I don't think you can pass up Nikola Jokic at this spot. Having that, being a 7-footer, first of all, he can see well over the offensive line, the defensive linemen, which is a huge part of football. That's why a lot of people like taller quarterbacks, because they're able to get a higher point of view. And Jokic being 7 feet, that helps him out a lot. Not to mention, he is one of the best passers in the NBA, especially when it comes to throwing those full court passes. So we're going to go for a bunch of deep balls. Nikola Jokic is just going to lob it up there and let our wide receivers do what they need to do. I think he's the choice here. For running back, I think another pretty, I wouldn't say easy, but a pretty like standard pick would probably be Russell Westbrook. I should probably put his full name. So Russell Westbrook will start at our running back position. He's fast, he's strong, he's able to find the gaps. He's had plenty of experience trying to get around defenses, charging at the rim in the past, and that was all without a lot of spacing. So Russell Westbrook is going to find those gaps for us, and he's going to be our rushing attack. Then at the wide receiver positions, these are probably where you can go a bunch of different directions, but I made 3 picks I think work well. I'm going to start out with Kawhi Leonard. If you've looked at the size of Kawhi Leonard's hands, he's going to be our most reliable receiver. There's not a chance Kawhi Leonard drops the football out there. His emotions are going to stay in check. He's just going to be a Terminator out there on the field where he catches the ball, scores a touchdown, kind of just puts it down, no celebration. He gets things done. Our second wide receiver is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that is because of his length, his height. If Nikola Jokic throws a deep ball up to Giannis, there's no cornerback that's going to stop that. There's no way. He's way too tall. He has too much length, and he's going to be able to catch the ball well. We see the way he's able to palm the basketball on dunks. He's going to be able to palm a football pretty well, catching with one hand. And finally, this is kind of a bias pick maybe, but I'm going to pick Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as my third wide receiver. You didn't think we were going to go through one of these videos without mentioning him, did you? He is very slithery. He has a lot of ability to get around defenders, and I think that's going to make him a great route runner. He'll be that reliable guy, a smaller guy compared to Kawhi and Giannis, a guy that we can kind of go to. He can cut across the middle of the field, and we can just get the ball to him if we just need him to go for a short gain or get a short first down. Then, looking at the tight end position, I think this is a pretty obvious one. I'm going to go with LeBron James. If you didn't know, LeBron was a like generational level football prospect. He was like the best wide receiver in the entire state of Ohio when he was in high school. Obviously, ended up playing basketball and became one of the greatest to ever do it. But if you picked football, that might have also been the case. He was a wide receiver, tight end. I'm going to put him here at tight end just because of his strength, and I think this is where he fits better for us. In terms of offensive linemen, now the goal of the offensive line is to protect the quarterback. That's their complete job. Also block a little bit for the running back, create holes for him. And so I went for some of the strongest NBA players. So we're going to start off with Zion Williamson, who is built like a truck. No one is going to be able to push him around. Very strong, very quick for his size. He's going to be able to do whatever we need to do. If we need to run like a screen play, Zion can get out and run on the right side of the field or the left side of the field, whichever side we throw the screen to. Follow him up with Steven Adams, who might be Steven Adams, who might be the strongest player in the entire NBA. Super strong. He just kind of pushes guys around. There's many accounts of people saying that they tried to move Steven Adams in the post and they just absolutely couldn't. He's just that sturdy, and there's no chance anyone gets to Nikola Jokic with Adams there on his offensive line, especially when he is also aided by James Johnson, a undefeated MMA fighter, who, if I am a defensive lineman, I am not messing with him. He's definitely got some moves, some ability to block blows from MMA, so I think he's going to do a good job at keeping the defenders at bay. And finally, we're going to round it out with Pascal Siakam and Robert Covington, two guys who are pretty good perimeter defenders. I wanted some guys who could also be quicker if there's a quicker guy attacking off the edge. These two guys are really quick, and they have a lot of experience keeping guys at bay on the perimeter, so I think they can do it as well here. So this is my offense for our team. Following that up with our defense, our first cornerback, with the job of the cornerback is to guard the wide receivers, keep the ball out of their hands. And for that, first guy I'm going with is Marcus Smart. He is someone who gets in people's faces. He can kind of throw guys off tilt. We've seen that before with some situations with him and James Harden, where Marcus Smart really gets in people's heads, and a lot of the great cornerbacks in the NFL are good at doing that. Jalen Ramsey, a guy who talks a lot, really gets in people's heads. And so Marcus Smart is going to be kind of that role. Not to mention he's a great defender, and he really likes to get up on guys and take the ball away from them, so that's what he's going to do. And we're going to add in TJ McConnell next to him. Now, you might say this is kind of a weird pick. He is a bit smaller, I will give you that, but he's fast, and he's a great... He's great at getting in the passing lanes and great at stealing the ball. Not just in basketball, but he could do this in football as well. He doesn't have to get way up there. He's just got to get his hand in there enough to disrupt the pass. And I think he's a sneaky guy. He had 8 steals in a game earlier this season, so give me him at cornerback. Then for my safeties, guys who are going to cover the deeper parts of the field, they need a lot of ability to roam, and they need some speed, they need some length to get out there in whatever side of the field that we need them on. So I'm going to put Ben Simmons and Paul George out there, two guys with a lot of length, great defenders, going to get in people's ways, disrupt passes, and if you throw the ball anywhere near them, they're going to run over there and stop you. In terms of linebackers, these guys, they need to be versatile. They can either rush the quarterback or they can play pass coverage. So I'm going to put Bam Adebayo in my first spot. He's a very versatile defender. Supplement him with Matisse Thybulle. And finally, supplement him with OG Anunoby. These three guys are all versatile defenders, like I said, especially in terms of like Bam Adebayo. He's really tall, so he can intercept passes, he can knock down passes. While Matisse Thybulle and OG Anunoby are quicker guys, they have a lot of length and they can disrupt the passing lanes. Guys who like to really get in there and play some defense. Under the defensive line, now these guys not only need to be solid defenders, but they need to be guys who can get to the quarterback. And the first person I'm going with is Luguentz Dort. Dort is he's built like a train, and he kind of just runs at the rim in basketball, and I think he's going to do a great job of getting to the quarterback. He's super strong, super sturdy, so guys aren't going to be able to push him off his feet. And I think if you're a quarterback and you see Dort screaming at you off the edge, you don't stand a chance. You're just going to hold the ball and hope that you don't fumble it when he sacks you. But next to him, we're going to put Jae'Sean Tate, a guy that a lot of people compare Luguentz Dort to, or they compare him to Luguentz Dort. I think that Tate is kind of an underrated defender, and I think he's going to get in people's ways. He's a bit taller than Dort as well, and so he can bat down passes at the offense or at the defensive line, which is something that you're going to see with the next two players as well. But I think Tate is a good fit for this position. And like I said, I want guys that are taller and not only can kind of get to the quarterback because they're strong, but they can also bat down passes. And so the first one is Joel Embiid, who is also helped out by his fantastic footwork, some of the best footwork by any player in the league. It's going to help him really throw the offensive lineman off balance. And finally, we're going to put Clint Capella in there for blocking shots / batting the ball down at the line. So this is my offense and my defense. Finally, need some special teamers, need someone to be my kicker, kick some field goals for me, do some kickoffs. Punter, need them to be super accurate, pin the opposing team way back beneath like the 10-yard line, and then a kick returner, someone who's quick. So for the kicker, I think there's only one option, and if you're with me, and that is Draymond Green. If you know, you know. If I need someone to kick anything, any NBA player, I need them to kick something, I'm going with Draymond Green. For the punter, I'm going to go with Steph Curry. Curry, super accurate, the most accurate shooter of all time. I think he's going to be pretty accurate, putting the ball where I need him to on punts, pinning them back at the 1-yard line, having it hit at the 1-yard line and bouncing out so they're stuck there. I think he's going to get us some great field position. And in terms of kick returner, I think I have to go De'Aaron Fox. Super fast. They don't call him Swipa for no reason. By the way, Swipa, one of the best nicknames in NBA history. Great nickname. But he's really fast, and I think he's very elusive. He's going to be able to be kind of deceptive. He can cut back and forth very fast. He's going to be a great kick returner, and I think we're going to get quite a few touchdowns from him off of kicks. Finally, getting to our staff. I'll start with defensive coordinator first. I'm going to go Rudy Gobert, a 2-time defensive player of the year, a guy that I would want anchoring my defense in the NBA, and here in the NFL, I'm going to have him run a coordinator role. I think he's going to do a great job of having guys in the position they need to be to succeed. Offensive coordinator, James Harden. One of the best offensive players we've ever seen, if not the best player. I know some people differ on that. For me, I'm going to say one of the best offensive players we've ever seen. Having a great season this year. He can play make, he can score, pretty much all 3 levels. Any way you need him to affect the offense, he can, and that's why I have him here at this role. And finally, for our head coach, I'm going with Chris Paul. A great leader. You see him helping lead this Suns team alongside Devin Booker to a fantastic record. Just clinched a playoff spot last night, and I think Chris Paul is going to be a great guy to keep our guys level-headed. He's an impact guy who's going to lead us to the Super Bowl, inevitably winning a championship. I don't think anyone is stopping this roster. No NFL team is going to stop this roster. Just too much speed, too much length, too much finesse. I think this is the best roster I could come up with. If you have a better roster than this using NBA players, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if there are any picks you did not like. Here's my full roster. Let me know what you thought of this video. Did you like this? Did you hate it? Would you like to see more fun videos like this? Let me know in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoy the NFL draft. If you're an NFL fan, let me know what team you're a fan of and who you want your team to draft. I'll see you guys later. Real and Say It Back.